Cold showers, tongue scraping, sleeping in the nude. I'm going to share with you guys some kind of weird health habits that are actually incredibly beneficial. I think the majority of people set some kind of health related goals for the new year. So I'm going to share with you some kind of weird habits that I am doing that I think you might want to do as well, and truly like the benefits of them, because I wouldn't just tell you to do something weird if there wasn't actually like a good reason to do it. The first one is tongue scraping. And I will admit, when I first saw this, I was like, that just looks gross. And a lot of times I think that's kind of where we land on things, is like, I don't know if it's actually all that weird or gross, but it just looks weird and gross. That's kind of how I felt about tongue scraping. However, the benefits of it are pretty amazing. One of the kind of funny things is that by doing tongue scraping, you're removing like bacteria and dead cells, but it can actually help improve your sense of taste. But more so, it actually helps remove those particles that contribute to causing you to have bad breath, right? I mean, nobody wants to have dragon breath. I'm always like apologizing to my kids. I'm so sorry for my coffee breath, but we don't want to have actually like gross bacteria smelling bad breath. And really, just to be clear, this is not meant to replace using your toothbrush to like brush your teeth, brush your tongue. This is like an added step in that routine. I know some people do it like every day when they brush their teeth, whatever, twice a day. I don't do it that often, just I'm lazy. I try to do it at least a few times a week. And of course, by removing that bacteria, you're not just helping your bad breath. It will actually help in the prevention of cavities, gum disease, and other like sort of dental and oral health related things. Okay, number two, and this one has had me a little like, because I don't know, I just feel a little panicky and claustrophobic, but just hear me out, okay? Mouth taping. I thought this was totally bizarre and like only something that people who, I don't know, snore terribly would even bother doing. And then I saw that there are actually many other benefits to this. And listen, I'm old. I miss all the things that happen on like TikTok and stuff where people are telling us you have to do these things. I miss all of that. So I get a little behind on these sort of like trendy things. By the time they finally make it to me, I feel like at least they've been well vetted as to whether or not they're actually worth it. And mouth taping is, if we just want to be vain about it for a second, it can actually help to strengthen and define your jawline. So if you feel like your chin's starting to slide into your neck, getting that gobbler, mouth taping can help with that. You're doing this mouth taping at night when you're sleeping. Let me be very clear here. If you think about it, we are supposed to be breathing through our nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth, but most people don't do that. Most people breathe through their mouths. So by mouth taping, you're sort of forcing yourself to breathe through your nose, which is the best and healthiest way to breathe. Not only can it like reduce or completely stop your snoring, you'll also sleep better, so you will wake up feeling more refreshed. And these are all researched, okay? I didn't like make these up myself, but it can help to strengthen your immune system, also make your eyes brighter and clearer. But it also helps with lowering stress and anxiety, as well as lowering blood pressure, which is just wild to me that something as simple as taping your mouth when you sleep can have so many benefits. Now, of course, my mind goes immediately to like, but we're one step away from suffocation here, okay? Because all somebody has to do is plug my nose, and now my nose in my mouth and I can't breathe. And I get like a little panicky, but I'm like, maybe just don't listen to so much true crime and you'll be okay. The next thing is the use of castor oil. There are many, many benefits. Now, I actually just got in a brand new giant Mama Jamma bottle of castor oil. I try to buy the big ones, and this came in my most recent Thrive Market order. A number of things that I'm gonna talk about in this video, the kind of weird health hacks and habits. I buy products and things to do those weird habits through Thrive Market. Today's video is sponsored by Thrive Market. I've been shopping through Thrive Market for years, probably 8 or 9 years at this point. They are my go-to source for kind of all things related to like healthy living, healthy eating, healthy beauty products, skincare products. I feel like people forget that about Thrive Market. They have such an amazing grocery selection and food selection. They're where I always order my smart sweets, my less sugar sweets. I'm a candy hound. I love candy, and it's been for the last like 6 or 8 months my goal to lower my sugar intake, because y'all, I could go on a whole tangent about how much sugar we consume. Rather than trying to go cold turkey, because that's a little tough for me, I love these smart sweets. My two favorites, in case you're wondering, are the Sour Blast Buddies and the Sweet Fish. If you're doing like health habits for the new year where you're gonna cut back on sugar or you wanna increase your protein, like they have so many amazing snacks and things that will help you increase that protein intake, if you have specialty diets in your family, everything you could possibly imagine when it comes to amazing snacks and regular grocery items, household items, cleaning things, all the things. And we're going to talk about a number of these products upcoming in this video, but obviously, like I said, castor oil. We're going to talk about this coming up, the rosemary apple cider scalp detox tonic, the vanilla scented magnesium lotion, which is amazing, as well as these heating patches for menstrual cramps and the PMS cramp and bloat relief. We're going to go into a little bit more detail about these products, so just hang tight. And as we talk more about Lady Bits forthcoming in this video, the Good Clean Love Balance Feminine Wash. It's a pH balanced wash for your Lady Bits, as well as the Rebalance Personal Moisturizing and Cleansing Wipes. These are fantastic for throwing in your gym bag, clean up after working out. And of course, I love that you're getting all of these groceries and healthy items and stuff delivered straight to your door. It's incredibly convenient. All orders over $49 ship for free. If you use my link, which is down below in the description box, as well as here on the screen, thrivemarket.com/Angela Braniff, you'll get an extra 30% off your first order, plus a free gift that's valued up to $60. So really, there is no better time to try Thrive Market if you haven't already. Now, like I said, I get my castor oil from Thrive Market. There are so many benefits and ways to use castor oil, okay? It's beneficial for your skin, your gut, your eyes. It's anti-inflammatory, it's antifungal. I mean, who knew? It's almost like a kind of like a miracle product, which is amazing because it's like we just overlook it. At least I did. Maybe you don't, but I did. A lot of people swear by castor oil for helping to grow their hair, as well as like eyebrows and eyelashes. I've been trying it with a wrap. It's supposed to help with like detoxing and drawing things out, helping to reduce like bloat and inflammation. I feel like I've already noticed a difference. However, I also have been eating a lot of sweets during the holidays, so I might be like combating that. But I'm gonna have a full follow-up video for you sharing like the actual results after like 30 or 60 days of consistent use of this. There are so many different benefits of using castor oil. So this is kind of one of those kind of strange, weird, if you will, products that has almost endless uses and purposes for our health. All right, now let's talk about scalp detoxing. This is a rosemary apple cider scalp detox, but you can, obviously you don't have to use this particular one. Just the process of doing a detox can really help remove like buildup, dirt, oil, things that build up on your scalp, in the pores on your scalp that you might not even notice, that kind of will just help to rebalance everything in your hair and on your scalp in general. But because you're doing that, like getting the clogs out of the pores and everything, it can also help with promoting hair growth. By making those follicles healthier, it can actually stimulate hair growth. If you are struggling with any kind of itchiness or dandruff, this can also really help with that, balancing everything, getting rid of any excess dead skin, dead cells, and things that are hanging out up there, causing a lot of that itchiness and dryness. And because we're removing buildup, it's actually going to help your hair care products to absorb even better and be used more effectively, like actually the benefits that they claim to do, because sometimes they can't even get to our actual hair or scalp to do the thing that they're supposed to do because we have so much buildup of product. It's great to do something like a detox. Now, I like to use my scalp like scraper that you put on your hand, and it really helps to like scrub and just get all up in there. It just feels great on your head. I mean, who doesn't love like a good head massager, like somebody scratching your head? Ugh, feels amazing. So it's kind of like doing that for yourself with the scraper in the shower. This is super easy to use. You just apply it to your scalp. I use my like scraper thing to really get in there and just let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes and rinse. After that, I don't shampoo. I just use whatever conditioner on like mid shaft to end of my hair, and I'm done. It's super easy. It's not time consuming. It's not like a big thing you have to do. It's pretty quick and easy. Talking about magnesium lotion. So magnesium has just a whole host of health benefits. I'm not going to go into all of that right now, but replacing your nighttime lotion that you might just use for hydration and, I don't know, smell nice and stuff before you go to bed, whatever your reasons are, replacing that with a good quality, this is a highly concentrated magnesium lotion. If you struggle with restless leg, That's like what introduced me to this and got me on this kick of using magnesium lotion, is that especially when I'm working out or working outside a lot on the farm or in the garden outside, I end up with a lot of like restless leg and leg cramps. Magnesium is a natural like muscle relaxer. So it can really help to soothe sore muscles, but also help to reduce like muscle cramping. Ugh, Charlie horse's leg cramping in the middle of the night is one of the worst things. It's miserable, especially if it happens repeatedly. Sometimes it happens to me like in both legs and both feet at the same time. It can be terrible. If you know, you know. It can also help, magnesium that is, with improving your sleep, because magnesium itself plays some role in regulating your sleep patterns. So using this lotion, you can also ingest, not this, don't ingest the lotion, but ingesting like a magnesium powder, like the Calm powder or something like that, is a great way to ingest magnesium to help with some of these other things. And don't think that by skipping your, lovely smelling lotion at night, you're not getting the hydration, because magnesium is actually a really great hydrator for your skin. Okay, so the next kind of weird health habit that you probably don't give any thought to, because I know that I didn't, is how thoroughly are you chewing your food? Okay, apparently most of us, we only chew like 3 to 5 times with each bite before we swallow. You're supposed to chew like 30 times. You want the saliva that's produced by chewing, because the saliva is what has all the digestive enzymes, and those things are going to help to break down your food so that you can digest it more easily. It also helps you to feel kind of fuller, faster, or like be able to be aware of how full you actually are, so that you can stop overeating. You can actually stop eating when you are actually in fact full. I know it's kind of weird, but give it a shot, all right? If you're not, it's not weird, it's just chewing. But the idea that I'm not chewing enough, you're like, well, listen, I'm not over here choking on a chicken bone. I know, but the idea is that we are gonna chew more, maybe even more than we think that we need to. We all know that person who inhales their food. Maybe that's not you, but you know somebody that you're like, good grief, did you even taste that? Makes me think of that line from Renaissance Man, where he's like, eat, eat, eat. We eat now, we taste it later. The military guy. Anyways, the next kind of weird habit, health habit, is sleeping in the nude. Now, I'm sure you're saying, Angie, I have children. I am not going to be sleeping in the nude. I hear you, all right? Just know the benefits, and maybe you could mix it in every once in a while. First of all, it actually can help regulate your body temperature better. All of the layers of clothing, tight, loose, all of that can cause you to not be good internally at regulating your body temperature. And if you're like me and you'd be waking up at night in like a hot sweat, I go to bed freezing cold, and in the middle of the night I am sweating. So it's kind of miserable, because I go to sleep dressed like I'm in Alaska, and in the middle of the night it's a heat wave. We're in the Bahamas, we're on vacation. I can't get the socks, the pants, the sweatshirts off fast enough. Actually sleeping in the nude can help your body to regulate your temperature better and more effectively. And of course, like this has like trickle down effect benefits, right? Because if you sleep better and you're not waking up because you're hot, you're cold, you're all of this, which then in turn reduces the stress, the amount of cortisol that our body is producing, which is what's kind of giving us that like stress and anxiety and all of that. We're reducing that. Actually getting an uninterrupted night of sleep, there's like double benefits there, right? Because you're reducing the stress, but you're also sleeping better. And not to mention, if staying cool at night, not getting overheated, not too cold, not too hot, but keeping your body temperature at the right spot is really important for a good, healthy metabolism, because it forces your body to do more work to keep you warm so that you don't get cold. But that's a good thing, because like I said, it's supporting your metabolism and keeping you like with a good, healthy metabolism, which is what we all want, I think. All right, this next one, you might just want to come through the computer and slap me for, but I don't love it either, but the benefits are so good that I'm having to give it some consideration and time and place. I've tried it a few times. It's incredibly hard for me because I just don't like it. I don't like it. But that is taking cold showers. Now, we've all seen the dudes dropping into the cold plunges and stuff like that, and the girls. You can do that for sure. You can start to get the benefits and maybe convince yourself that that's worth it. Because knowing me, I buy the whole thing. I buy the fancy thing. I do it one time and I'd be like, I'm never doing that again. It was miserable. Doing the cold showers is a great like starting place. Let me give you the benefits, okay? Because like I said, I want to slap me, so you probably do too, because cold showers, yikes. But immunity boosting, benefits, okay? Basically, the shock of going from like hot to cold. So you're not having to like take a totally cold shower. You can take your hot shower, and then when you're done, immediately switch it to cold, and you're gonna stand there in the cold, all right? But going from that hot to cold can actually stimulate your cells that you need to be fighting off things like the common cold or whatever. So that shock of going from hot to cold stimulates those cells, and they start to do their work. So it can help you fight off certain, illnesses like that. Believe it or not, there's actually some research that shows that it can help. This sounds very counterintuitive to me, if you ask me, but it can help lessen depression symptoms. They did some research with some people for like over 90 days. They took a cold shower every day, and by the end of that 90 days, some of their depression symptoms, a lot of their depression symptoms were lessened. So if that's something you're struggling with, again, it sounds counterintuitive because it depresses me to think about it, but true like clinical depression, it can potentially help lessen some of that. Of course, it strains your body and makes your body go into survival mode, which is why it actually can really help to improve your circulation, because your body's panicked, like, what are we doing? And it starts sending circulated blood everywhere, trying to like figure out how to help you out of this, what feels like life or death situation. All right, I might be being like a tad hyperbolic, but that's how it feels. It's just trying to maintain your core body temperature, all right? So blood flow increases and circulation increases, trying to make sure that your core body temperature doesn't drop as well. It can actually help with reducing inflammation and preventing like muscle soreness, because when that cold water hits, your blood vessels constrict and all of that important blood goes right to your organs. And then when your body heats up again, those blood vessels expand, and that is going to bring all of that blood recirculating back to the extremities, back to the muscles, which then can help to like flush out inflammation and other things that might be kind of hiding in those sore muscles and things like that. So it's kind of cool when you think about it, how it's like you can kind of force certain processes in your body to happen through taking a cold shower. And also, ladies, the last one that I feel you might care about like I do is it can actually help with the dark circles and stuff under your eyes, because of how it helps with the inflammation and flushing of the blood vessels and everything. It can actually help reduce swelling and dark circles under your eyes. So I'm just saying there are like some beauty benefits as well. If you're like, forget it, I'll have sore muscles. No, thank you. Maybe the, less puffy and dark under eyes would entice you to give it a try. All right, as I mentioned, we're also going to talk real briefly about taking care of your lady bits and the benefits of a Vajacial. So I talked about this in an Unmentionable Monday email, which we are kicking back up this year in 2025. 2024 like got away from me with the hurricane and all of that. Anything extra kind of had to be set to the side, but I'm back, and the Unmentionable Mondays are back too. So sign up down below if you want to receive those emails. But we talked about this in a previous Unmentionable Monday. This is like a facial for the Queen Mother, all right? There are lots of benefits to that, as well as a Yoni steam. It's a steam for down there, your lady bits. Think about like a sitz bath, that kind of thing. The steam, listen, the Vajacial it's fun. Listen, like I don't want to get into like too much graphic detail here, but keeping everything like nice and tidy and looking great down there too, okay? But the steam, the health benefits of that and the benefits of it related to like your cycles and dealing with cramps, or if you have a cycle that tends to drag on or have like a slow start, good healthy cycles should just kind of like start and then stop. The dwindling start, the dwindling stops are things that most of us want to avoid. Using this process of doing this steam towards the end can help to kind of flush everything out. At the beginning can help to like actually get it to start instead of like the kind of false start of a period. There are so many benefits. If you want to sign up for the Unmentionable Mondays, I am going to make it possible for you to go back in the archives and watch the previous ones as well, so that you can see the full 20-minute video on each of those, exactly how to perform them. I feel like when you're in your childbearing years, your cycle and stuff more just becomes about knowing what it is so that you can get pregnant. And then when you're done with all of that, I do feel like you kind of get forgotten about and left behind by medical things. But even sometimes yourself, you just learn to deal with symptoms and uncomfortable things that, otherwise many people would like seek some help or try to understand, is something wrong? And we women, we tend to just kind of be like, oh, well, this is the way it is. Just take it, live in pain, or, you know, just wanting to like muscle through everything and not be complainers. And while I'm in no way like saying, oh, you have to whine about every little pain or cramp or whatever, I think we all know the difference, that like some things are outside of the range of normal. A couple things that I've started to use, because I'm like, why do I have to suffer during my period worse than necessary, right? So I've started including things like these PMS cramp and bloat relief capsules. They are, you know, they're not like a crazy medication if you don't want to be taking like Midol, things like that. These have ginger, turmeric, and magnesium. They help to ease those PMS symptoms. So this is kind of one of those things that's more of a natural approach to dealing with symptoms. I would say it works if you have a pretty normal cycle. Obviously, if you're dealing with some intense things, that's probably not gonna cut the mustard. But also, I use these healing patches. You can put them on the front, like on your lower belly. You can also put them on your lower back. If you've got lower back cramps, everybody's a little bit different about where they get soreness and cramps during their cycle, but these help to soothe that. They have rose oil, lemon oil, and jasmine oil. I have a few different brands of these, but this Vaal brand, I really like everything that I've tried from them as far as like pads, even some of their like organic tampons when I want to use tampons instead of a menstrual cup, whatnot. I've been really pleased with all of these Vaal products. So I just want to mention those. But taking good care of the lady bits is something that I feel like it needs, for many women, needs to be prioritized in the new year. Again, many of us just kind of forget about things, brush things aside, because on the whole, it does feel like a lot of the medical community forgets about us. Like when you're done having babies, it's just like nobody really cares if your cycle is irregular, like any of that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, well, you're not trying to get pregnant, are you? No? Okay. And then you just walk out the door and deal with it on your own. So we're gonna be talking more about that stuff this year on my channel, but I did want to mention that. I feel like we've taken a more somber, serious note in this video. I just don't love that. I feel like as women, we get forgotten about after we're done having babies, because it's still like the second half of our lives. And there's a lot of health things that come up and can go wrong and that we struggle with. And many women just do it in silence and don't get a lot of help because they don't know that there is help and options out there sometimes. I digress. I'm off my soapbox. Let's continue. All right, y'all, that is it for this video. Please let me know if you're already doing some of these things, if you are gonna try some of these things, what you think about them, if you've ever tried them before. I would love to hear your feedback. And like I said, they're not like too crazy weird, but like just weird enough. So I'd love to know what you think. And of course, don't forget, y'all, there is no better time to try Thrive Market if you have not already. 30% off if you use my link. That is thrivemarket.com/Angela Braniff. It'll be linked down below in the description box as well. Definitely check them out. They've got like everything you need for your healthy living journey. But that is it for me today, y'all. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you again very soon, as well as this chicken who's outside of my door screaming. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.